If you could go back in time and give your younger self professional advice, what would it be? Here's mine. I would first tell myself that everything is going to work out in its own time. So just be patient and have faith. And the second thing I would tell myself is that whenever I ask questions, do it for the purpose of understanding and not for the purpose of doing. When I was in my 20s, I was going so hard and so fast that whenever I asked a question, I did it with the mindset of just tell me what I need to know so I can get this done, so I can go on to the next thing and the next thing after that. I had that achiever, goal-oriented, task-oriented mindset, which was fantastic for productivity. I mean, I got a lot done, but it came at the trade-off of my professional development. There were so many times when I would get frustrated with an engineer because I would come with one question, a direct question, and then we would spend 20 plus minutes talking about a process or a system or whatever it was. And I would think to myself, why won't you just answer my question? But now I regret not paying better attention. And actually, I regret not asking better questions. I wish I had made the habit of asking, why is this important? Or why do you want me to know this information? Because inevitably, I would need to recall that information later on. And it might be years later, but I would always come back and think, oh, I wish I would have paid better attention. Why didn't I ask better questions? And I learned just enough to get the job done, but not enough to grow intellectually and professionally. And I really regret that. But it's so easy to do. When you're a doer, you're in that doer mindset. All you can think about is how much you're gonna get done. And of course you do. Of course you do. You're faced with budgets and schedules and task lists, and you don't want to be the person that's holding up a project or a team so you get work done so other people can get their work done. And we all talk about the importance of why, but it's so tough. And the daily grind to slow down and ask, why does any of this matter? Why is this important? And I can't go back and ask those questions now, but I can learn the lesson. So I have challenged myself to be more intentional moving forward, to ask better questions and have a deeper understanding. And now that I'm a manager, when my team comes to me, I'm not just gonna answer their questions at face value. If something's important, I'm gonna say, hey, that's important, and this is why it's important. This is why we operate this way. This is why these details matter. Because I want them to learn the lessons that I didn't learn in my early career. So that's my advice. I asked you the same question, so please leave your comments down below and share them. Let's create a community where we can share lessons learned and advice. There's gonna be someone, not just me, there's gonna be someone else that will read your lesson learned and your experience and learn from you. Let's empower each other to develop and grow in our own professional journeys, because that's what it's all about, guys. Thanks, y'all.